may have gotten a little heated in my my last coaching with Sarah call. So this one is from Katie. I had to put my hair up. That's what I'm talking about. She says, how do you heal yourself when you work full time? That sounds funny. It's not funny. I mean, it's not like a silly question. She says, that sounds funny, but I feel like my time is always spent elsewhere than myself. Makes sense, right? My job is a very self-giving job. I do love it. And I feel it's very easy to limit or plateau my healing due to compassion fatigue. Yeah. Okay. It's a great question. So how do you heal yourself when you work full time? I think each person's, I don't know exactly what you do for a living, but each of our kind of circumstances and how much wiggle room we have within our job or career, that's going to be different between each of us. So for example, as someone who works for herself and as an entrepreneur, I potentially have like a lot more ability to modify my schedule than someone who might have a traditional 9-to-5 job. So I'm going to say this kind of in a general way, knowing that it's going to be different for all of us depending on what the environment of our work is. Take breaks. Okay, so for some of us, that's going to be, in like my case, I can take a whole day off. Or when I wake up and I'm just like, oh, I feel like shit today, I can start my day with a salt bath and I don't have to go into work because I work from home. Not everyone can do that. So that might be taking 2 minutes to go outside, feel the sun on your face, and take a deep breath. And every time that you do step away from being completely immersed in what you're doing, because it sounds like you said a very self-giving job or maybe self-sacrificing job where it's just like you are so present and there's compassion and like you're giving and you're giving and you're giving. So during that process, is there the ability for you to still honor yourself, honor your body, and take breaks so that you are not completely immersed in that from 9 to 5 or the majority of every single day? So that is one step to healing yourself when you work full time, is just listening to your body and taking breaks when you can. And really just simply this awareness around, am I completely focused on that which is outside of myself, or am I also aware of what's going on inside my body? Because part of healing is self-awareness. And when you are completely immersed in something outside of yourself for the majority of your day and your week and your year, then it's really hard to then turn inward and notice what's actually happening with you until all of a sudden you're burnt out, or all of a sudden it's 7 o'clock and you're like, I didn't eat today, right? Because you're not aware of what's going on in your body. So take breaks as you can, even if that's just like walking into the bathroom for a second and taking a couple deep breaths and asking yourself, how do I feel in this moment? Not what does everyone else need me to do and who am I to everyone else in this job, but how do I feel in this moment? And then honoring those signals, the messages that you do get from your body. So for example, maybe you go into the bathroom, you take a couple deep breaths and you realize, wow, I'm really hungry. Okay, could you allow yourself at lunchtime to have a really nourishing, nutrient-dense lunch that's going to support your body and help heal you? In other situations, it might be more along the lines of maybe you work from home, honoring your body. In my case, is sometimes taking a salt bath at 3 p.m. Totally random, right? But my body needs that sometimes, and so I honor it. Even though I was planning on writing a blog post or a newsletter or something, it's like, no, I'm going to step away and I'm going to take the salt bath first because my body's asking me to do that. So taking breaks, honoring your body, and really you can't show up fully in your highest power and most compassion and empathy unless you feel your best. So that is a reason for employers, and many companies like Google and beyond nowadays have or encourage their employees to have a healthy lifestyle, to take breaks, to eat healthy food, to have fun together, right? Because businesses are catching on and realizing that when their employees are happy, when they're healthy, when they're taken care of, then they can show up to their best ability, most efficient, effective, like work ability. So again, I don't know exactly where you work. It sounds like you do work somewhere outside of your home. But what I want you to realize is that this compassion fatigue and this like giving that you are doing at your job sounds like maybe you're like a nurse or something, where you're giving and giving and giving. So you can't fully give to all of those people if you are a nurse unless you feel your best. And I know we've all experienced this before, where, you know, you show up to anywhere and you have a cold or something. It's like you can't be on your like the top of the mountain screaming, like feeling in your full power when you have that cold, right? So same thing when you're healing chronic illness. You're going to show up more fully when you take care of yourself and when you implement those self-healing practices day to day, not just like the day that you burn out. For day to day, you're implementing those self-healing practices that are going to support you. As an entrepreneur, self-care is the most important thing. I can't show up and share any of these videos with you and spend hours on live streams for free if I'm not taking care of myself. I have to take care of myself. And when my energy is good, when I feel good, I attract things that are good into my life. Using the law of attraction, like attracts like. So self-care, when you feel good, you're going to attract those good things into your life. And so it's so worth it to invest your time and energy into the things that feel good, like in your case, healing yourself, right? That are going to pay off and that are going to provide the result that you are seeking, that you are desiring, of like feeling blissful in your life. The last point I want to make here is just simply creating boundaries around how much you give, and then allowing yourself to receive as much as you are giving. Sounds like there's an imbalance in your life right now where you are giving, and then maybe like receive. Give, receive. But what I would like to see is more of this balance between your masculine and feminine energies. I'm getting ahead of myself today because I get fired up. So a balance between your masculine and feminine energies that are the duality of and balance of give and receive. Accept, receive, enter into your life with gratitude, and then give and feel so honored to give and excited to give, and that makes you happy to be able to give. But we want to find this really delicate balance between those things. And when you are constantly giving, then there's not going to be this opportunity to then receive the healing that you're seeking. Like you said in your question, how do I heal myself? You have to open yourself up to receive as much as you're giving. And right now you're giving so much that there's not enough space to like also have this energy to receive. So I want you to focus on finding a little bit more of a balance, even if that's not 50-50, you're just getting closer towards that percentage so that you are able to receive in your life, knowing that in the immediate, like initial timing of that, it's like, I'm not as productive, I'm slowing down, and we get all nervous about slowing down and all of that. But in the long term, that is actually going to pay off exponentially, because then you can show up as your fullest every single day. So basically, take time for yourself. Take the breaks, honor your body, allow yourself to receive so that you can continue to give at the pace that you're giving at right now. Or else, my fear for you would be that you'll just turn in and end up in burnout. So I don't want you to burn out. So listen to your body and honor it. That's all I have to say. If anyone else has any other suggestions for Katie, please drop them below. Katie, if you have any questions for me, please also pop your comment or question below. Hope this has been helpful, and sending you lots of love.